said, what's this? I said, it's application. I said, man, I don't know, I'm happy with my job, I'm happy with my life, everything's going good. And trust me, he didn't take this application because of the money. It wasn't for the pay. Because we didn't make a whole lot of money, trust me. But he was being Pete. He was like, hey, I'm happy, my job is doing good, everything. It was like pulling teeth, actually, to get him to take this test. But I'm gonna say it like this. I looked him right in his eyes, and I looked him dead in his eyes, and I said this one phrase: anything that I can do, you can do. Now this goes back from us growing up, so I know the man since we was babies, if not better. So that must have got him, because everything else is history after that. Not only did he become a firefighter, he strove, he became a captain first time out. Then he strove a little harder, kept studying. He became the first African-American fire battalion chief for the city of Elizabeth history. We didn't stop there because of the kind of person and heart that he has. I know he's a Peterson, but he got some high spirit in him somewhere. He strove, studied, and came out high. Number 2 was you on the deputy test? On the deputy test? Number 2, first African-American deputy chief for the city of Elizabeth history. Didn't stop there. Chief of the department, number 1 job. Came out number 2 on the list. It's okay, because the number 1 guy didn't get the job either, so you take it from there. But that just goes to show the compassion, the heart, the kind of person. This man is truly, he represents for real. By him making it to these high levels of achievement is like me making it. If I never even walk in another firehouse again, I've already made it. Doesn't matter what goal I achieve or what. I made it. Chief Peterson made it, I made it. Because you know why? He don't just represent himself, he represents his family, his friends, his community. And I just want to add what a privilege it is, what a joy, and most of the guys here know what I'm talking about when I say this. To grow up in one of the greatest cities in the world, the city of Elizabeth, walking the streets, hanging out with your boys and your friends and your girls and hanging out, and then when you become an adult, to be able to receive a job where you protect the citizens and protect the neighborhoods that you grew up in, all the places that you know, the people, the family that you have living here. It is such an honor to be blessed by God to have such a job where you can do that. It's just, I can't even describe the feeling that I have watching over the community. So at this time, I'm going to read Chief Peterson's bio. Then I'm going to read the incident for which he was honored, and then I'm going to call on the Liberty Mutual associates to come take it from there. We're going to start off with the bio. And I apologize, I should have had copies made for everybody to read along. That's my fault. You can get copies at a later date, not a problem. Biography, Deputy Chief Donald Peterson. Donald Peterson was born in Elizabeth, New Jersey in February of 1964 to Joan M. Bryant and Donald M. Peterson, former Union County Sheriff Officer. To this day, he has been a lifelong resident of the city of Elizabeth, where he graduated from Thomas A. Vocation Technical High School in 1982. His first marriage at the age of 19 held down various positions of employment, from taxi driver to diesel mechanic. From that marriage, he had 2 sons, Hassine and Mark. He was remarried in 2007 to wife Angela and was blessed with a 3rd son, Dante. And as you well know, another one to come too. That's joy. Thanks to the recruitment efforts of longtime, I don't know why he put this in.
You know why.
Captain Gerald Heisman, he was hired by the Elizabeth Fire Department on November 2nd, 1987. Although I told that story, I didn't do it for my sake, because it's not about me. I did it for the sake of showing you where his heart is and how he achieves and excels in things. He was happy with the job he had, happy with the life he had. He knew it was going to be a big change, and he made that change. And look at him. He's a boss, top of the ladder. You don't get no higher. That's awesome. Let's see. He was the 3rd African-American to achieve the rank of fire captain in the city's history, behind Captains Thomas Field and Gerald Heisman in 1998. He later became the first African-American to achieve the rank of battalion chief, officer in Elizabeth history, on October 17, 2002. He was promoted to deputy chief on August 23, 2005. He believes that through faith and opportunity comes the ability to achieve all goals and aspirations. In addition to his duties as Deputy Chief, he currently serves as the Chief of Recruitment Officer. When we had a recruitment office, he was the boss, he was in charge, he ran it. And let me just add, it's things that he put together that made people come up to us and say, if it wasn't for the fact of what you guys did, I would never known about this job, I would have never got this job. That comes from effort, hard work, and doing things mostly for free, really, your own time, because you want to give to the community. In addition to his duties as Deputy Chief, he developed and implemented a successful recruitment program recognized by the New Jersey Civil Service Commission. Other duties and responsibilities include Shift Commander Toward 3, Marines Operations Chief. He currently serves as the Vice President of the Vulcan Society in Elizabeth, New Jersey. A nationwide, praise God, that's something to be proud about. A nationwide community-based organization that heads many community developments, self-help and empowerment projects. He also serves as a sponsor and manager of the Elizabeth Farmers men's softball team. Donald is a certified emergency medical technician, EMT, as well as hazardous materials technician, and has numerous awards and valor certifications in various firefighting aspects. He is a subject matter expert with the State Civil Service Commission, and his pastime and hobbies include his family, softball, basketball, playing darts, bowling, playing pool. He don't have football listed on here because he's always limping. but let me just add this. The last fire department game we had against Irvington Police and Fire Department, he scored both our touchdowns. He believes in upward mobility and one's responsibility to pass on blessings you receive, and he has done that very well in his career and in his life, as well as being a mentor and role model of inspiration, opportunity, and authority for our young and up and coming. New goals and aspirations include becoming the first African American to become Chief of Department, as evidenced by testing for the position and ranking number 2 overall. Personal message. I truly believe that one can achieve any goal that they set their heart and mind to, no matter how big or far-fetched it may seem. Don't wait for someone to come and hand you what you want in life. You have to go out and get it. Believe in God and yourself, and all things are possible, and that is so true. You have but one life on this earth. How are you going to spend it? That's the bio of Deputy Chief Donald Peterson. On April 10th, 2013, at 02:35 hours, a bell alarm was sounded for 225 Mellon Place. A report of a garage fire, incident 05426. Deputy Chief Peterson responded from the firehouse on Trumbull Street. Battalion Chief Baracco was first on the scene and reported heavy fire conditions in a 2-story garage with a 2-story addition that was quickly spreading to a 2-story wood frame house. There was a report of people trapped inside. Battalion Chief Baracco made a notification that there was a need to attack the fire from 2 sides. One on Orchard Street, which was the best location to gain access to the garage. As Deputy Chief Peterson arrived on the scene along with Engine 1, he parked his chief's vehicle in a nearby driveway and immediately called for numerous water supplies and directed incoming companies. He directed units to strategic locations to properly attack the fire. Elizabeth Police Department arrived on the scene and rushed to help the firefighters rescue a trapped victim who was at a window that had burglar bars attached to it. Deputy Chief Peterson called for ladders to reach the victim. Rescue 1 Ladder 1 immediately came to help remove the victim as well. At this time, there was a report that a fuel oil tank had exploded, which caused the fire to spread rapidly. It was difficult to gain access to the trapped victim because of a fence that was in the rear yard. As the police officer was trying to gain access to the window, Deputy Chief Peterson was explaining to the officers how to better use the Halligan tool that was handed to them in the process. And when progress was not immediately being made, the chief climbed up on the fence. Now keep in mind, the chief runs the show. He's supposed to stand in front of the building, give orders, take reports. He's supposed to direct the show, because I always get yelled at as a captain. But he's the boss. People are supposed to come to him. But this is the kind of heart this man has. Ever since we got made battalion chief, he won't stay out. Okay, let's get back to this. No, I ain't putting you on blast, I'm putting you on love, then. So that's all it is. Okay. Chief Peterson climbed up on a fence, took the tool from the officers, and was able to pry a bolt from the lower half of the barred window. Companies began to use saws with metal cutting blades, and when the saws did not prevail, at this time, Deputy Chief Peterson grabbed the metal bars with his hands and began to pull on them vigorously until the bars loosened and came detached from the structure. By this time, the victim already inhaled toxic smoke that was emanating from the raging fire and fell back into the structure. Once the bars was removed, members tried to gain access to rescue the victim. However, they ran into a few difficulties. A member from Rescue 1 was able to gain entry through the window, locate and remove the victim. At this time, Chief Peterson went to step down off the ladder he was standing on, and because of low visibility because of smoke conditions, the chief thought he had stepped down on the fence but lost his footing and fell a few feet down, using his hands to break his fall. The chief ended up breaking his hand but remained on duty to continue to command his torch to fight this massive fire that evolved into a small conflagration. All members that fought this fire and attempted to rescue trapped victims are heroes. Chief Peterson, once again, in his many years of firefighting, showed his courage, his leadership, as well as his humanity. He put others before himself and relentlessly commanded his troops until the fire was extinguished. Unfortunately, it was so much heavy fire to deal with, by the time the firefighters found the other trapped victim, it was too late. However, the valiant effort was ever so present. This is the works of a man who not only loves what he does, but he gives his heart to everything he does. He leads and commands his troops with vigor and love and honor. This is a man who truly loves what he does, and he's good at it. By him sitting here in his dress uniform, it shows it all. He didn't just get there, nobody just handed it to him. And it was because of the kindness of one person reaching out and seeing all these attributes, reached out to Liberty Mutual, and here we are today, celebrating the man who deserves to be celebrated. At this time, I would like to call the two associates from Liberty Mutual, Ms. Susie Fryer and Ms. Melissa Brennan. Can you come to the podium, please? Chief, come up. Bring your wife and Dante, please.
I figured out a system. I almost don't need it. Me either, but I figured it looked good. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It's nice to see you all here. After hearing these tremendous stories, I have to admit, if you ever decide to relocate out, I think every town in New Jersey can use it. Keep going, I've been very lucky. I have never been the victim of a fire. I've witnessed them, of course, as everyone has on the news in different places, but I've not personally. My brother, however, was a fireman. And through him, I did hear quite a bit about the chaos and tragedy that happens in a fire. And one of the things they also spotlight is the tremendous good displayed by our nation's firefighters.
They help people and save for our lives. And help us when we're in danger with fire. And let's bless the firemen for how good they do their job.
Shot now. He did that all by himself, y'all. That's my boy.
Dante, we said no crying, and look at this table, you got everybody.